term insurance is pure insurance. Wrong. Hello and welcome to the Durham Talents channel. My name is Jesse Durham. Today for another installment in our myths, mysteries, and misconceptions surrounding the infinite banking concept playlist, we are going to address this theme that's out there. Maybe it's your brother-in-law that says it. Maybe it's the talking heads out in the financial conventional space. But this idea that, well, buy term and invest the difference. Whole life insurance costs 5 times, 20 times, whatever term does. Term is just pure insurance. So let's zero in on that particular topic of term is just pure insurance. So yes, actually, yes. Term is purely insurance. I mean, I'm not... Okay, one thing at a time here. So is term insurance pure insurance? I would say yes. Term insurance actually is what's going to date way back, hundreds of years in the insurance world, where you have this risk that you want to mitigate on someone's life during this term, whether that's a sea voyage bringing cargo from there to here, and you're the one that's fronted the capital or the ship or what have you, and you want to have protection against that risk there. That's insurance for a term. But that's not where folks stop, of course, because they are saying, well, buy term and invest the difference. They are saying whole life's a terrible place to put money, and lots of other things that we're going to address here on this particular playlist of the myths and the misconceptions and the mysteries and whatnot around the infinite banking concept. But again, I've already said yes. Term insurance is pure insurance. You could purely buy an insurance policy that's going to offset your risk for the next, let's say, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And that's where it stops. Now, one way that I will commonly talk with folks about, and you know here, we focus on the process of becoming your own banker. Banking is a process. But again, that ultimately leads to us talking about the appropriate entity, okay? And the ideal entity is a properly structured whole life policy with a mutual company that pays dividends. And there are 16 reasons. We've talked about that. 16 reasons why I believe that the whole life policy that's been properly structured with a mutual company that pays dividends for the banking purpose is the ideal asset. 16 reasons. But the analogy that I use often enough when discussing the product, again, we focus on the process, but on the product, this is what I will commonly say. A Ford F-150 and an 18-wheeler tractor trailer are both trucks. They're both trucks. They're both vehicles. They both have a driver. They both are for driving around, okay? So they're both a vehicle, but they are built for very different jobs. So again, they're both trucks, they're both vehicles. You can jump up in it and it's got a steering wheel. Okay, but they're built for different purposes. Okay, so in this analogy, I'm just saying that the term insurance, it can do the job of the F-150. But if you're going to own something for your whole life and it's going to do a comparatively massively greater amount of work for you, which a properly structured whole life policy with a mutual company that pays dividends is going to do that, is going to be that, then we're comparing apples and oranges, okay? To say, well, whole life costs 5 to 20 times more, term insurance is just a pure insurance, etc. So again, that's my analogy. I hope it's helpful for me looking at term insurance versus, and again, they both have their place. They both have their place. I'm not saying there's never a case to own term insurance. There are cases to own term insurance, and we could talk about that. We have talked about that, but we talk with our clients and prospective clients about that and when it's appropriate. And I do it openly here too, but let me stay focused on term insurance being pure insurance here. Yes, it is. But why would somebody consider getting a whole life policy, at least the way that we're talking about, properly structured for the banking purpose, right? Well, it's so that they can have this self-collateralizing, appreciating asset that they will own and control for their whole life to help satisfy their need of finance. This is going to be a warehouse for wealth. This is going to be a privatized banking entity. And over the course of your lifetime, as you build a system of policies, you're building a system that's going to be your privatized banking system, again, for your whole life. So just mitigating risk, just mitigate, and again, there's a case for that. There's a time for that and a place for that. But just to mitigate risk for only 10 years, for only 20 years, for only 30 years, that's not what we're looking to do. So I'm just saying it doesn't stop by just saying that it's not sufficient to say that term insurance is just pure insurance. It is, in my opinion. It is. But the context that is shared in is in derision, wholesale derision of whole life insurance. And we just need to recognize that just like an F-150 and an 18-wheeler tractor trailer are both trucks, they are not the same thing. They're not for the same thing. So again, if you're a client, you've got the brother-in-laws, you've got the talking heads, you got the folks out there that of course will speak in derision about whole life. If they hear that you're paying high premiums, decidedly, on purpose, intentionally, it'll just blow their mind. It will blow their mind if you tell them that, and again, I don't want to just throw out numbers, but whether it's, thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, millions, whatever the number is, when they find out not only that you have whole life insurance, but that you're paying significant premiums into your whole life, it just blows their mind. But again, there's lots of noise out there. That's why, in particular, on this playlist on our podcast, we're always talking about the infinite banking concept and whole life and what that is. But in particular, I know that this is a worthwhile subject to address, these mysteries, these myths, these misconceptions about properly structured whole life policies and the infinite banking concept and what it is to become your own banker. So if this has been helpful, if you've had any takeaway suggestions, put those down in the comment section below, please. If you'd like to have a conversation about how to implement the infinite banking concept into your household or your business or your investing, then please get on my calendar. And for all of our clients out there, please share this with someone, like this video, share this podcast and YouTube with someone that you would like to see win with money. And I do look forward to our next conversation. I hope you have a great day. Take care.
Hello and welcome to the Durham Talents channel. My name is Jesse Durham.
That's a wrap.